What makes a person highly hazard aware? A person who is highly hazard aware has a combination of mindset, training, experience, and habits that help them recognize, assess, and mitigate risks effectively. Today we are going to discuss the things that set them apart. Knowing this with a willingness to learn can help you be that person too. The better we can all learn, we'll create safer workplaces everywhere. So let's break it down into 5 sections. Mindset and mental traits. Items in this category include hyper-vigilance. They maintain a heightened sense of awareness, constantly scanning their environment for potential risks. Be like the warehouse worker who always looks up when walking through aisles to check for unsecured overhead loads. Situational awareness. They assess not only obvious hazards, but also secondary risks, like a wet floor near an electrical panel. Or what about the construction worker that hears an unusual noise from scaffolding and warns their fellow workers to check for instability? Healthy skepticism. They don't assume safety, they verify it. They ask, what could go wrong here? A mechanic double checks that a machine is fully de-energized before performing maintenance, even if a coworker says it's safe. Proactive thinking. They anticipate risks before they become problems and take preventive actions. A supervisor orders extra spill kits and PPE ahead of a project, knowing potential hazards will increase. Strong pattern recognition. They can detect early signs of danger based on experience and intuition. An experienced operator notices subtle vibrations in a conveyor system and shuts it down before a mechanical failure occurs. The second category that helps make people so highly hazard aware is training and knowledge. Formal safety training. They have a deep understanding of hazard types such as physical, chemical, ergonomic, and psychosocial. A chemical plant worker understands how to properly handle and store flammable liquids to prevent fires. Emergency response skills. They know how to react in crisis situations, for example, fire or confined space rescue. A worker spots a fire in an electrical panel and instinctively uses a CO2 extinguisher instead of water. Regulatory knowledge. They stay updated on OSHA, WHMIS, or other safety standards. A manager notices an outdated fire extinguisher inspection tag and arranges for immediate servicing. Cross-industry exposure. They understand hazards from different workplaces and apply best practices across industries. This one is a huge factor for myself. Having the opportunity to have worked in many industries, construction, industrial construction, civil, oil and gas, residential, commercial construction, and have even had the experience of working in many underground mines. But does that make me the only expert in hazard recognition? No, what about that former oil rig worker now in manufacturing who suggests better lockout, tagout procedures based on his past experience? Behavioral habits. Following the Take-Two rule. Before starting a task, they take 2 minutes to assess potential hazards. A delivery driver takes 2 minutes before unloading to check for unstable pallets or icy conditions, using the hierarchy of controls. They prioritize eliminating hazards rather than just using PPE. Instead of just wearing earplugs, a factory worker suggests installing noise-dampening barriers to reduce overall noise exposure. Double-checking assumptions. They confirm that safety measures are in place rather than assuming others did it. An electrician retests wires for live current even after shutting off the main breaker. Encouraging a speak-up culture. They call out unsafe practices and encourage others to do the same. A new employee hesitates to mention a tripping hazard, but a safety-conscious coworker encourages them to report it. Leading by example. They consistently wear PPE, follow procedures, and never take shortcuts. A team leader always wears full PPE even when others find it unnecessary, reinforcing a culture of compliance. How about you remember this old quote, "What you do, speaks so loudly that what you say I cannot hear," or monkey see, monkey do. Experience and exposure. Hands-on work in high-risk environments. People who have worked in construction, manufacturing, or emergency services often have heightened hazard awareness. A firefighter instinctively avoids stepping onto a weakened structure while entering a burning building. Incident investigation experience. Those involved in accident investigations develop a deeper understanding of why things go wrong. A safety officer reviewing a forklift accident notices a pattern of similar near misses and recommends improved traffic controls. Near miss reporting and learning. They analyze close calls to prevent future incidents. They don't just let the near miss slide. They treat the whole event as if there was actually an injury. Survival instinct from personal experiences. People who have experienced workplace injuries or hazardous situations firsthand often become highly safety conscious. A worker who suffered a severe fall in the past now triple checks harnesses and reminds others to do the same. None of the categories are more important than the other. They are all great factors in personnel with high hazard awareness. Emotional intelligence and cognitive abilities. Calm under pressure. They don't panic, but respond methodically to hazards. Like that plant operator remains composed during a sudden ammonia leak, following proper shutdown procedures to contain the hazard. Strong communication skills. They clearly explain risks and safety procedures to others. A team lead clearly explains to a new worker why certain gloves are required for handling corrosive chemicals. Analytical thinking. They can assess complex situations and find the safest solutions. A warehouse supervisor notices workers frequently trip over the same area and identifies a poor lighting issue as the root cause. Wow, that is a lot of great information. Being hazard aware isn't just about following rules, it's about developing the mindset, habits, and skills to see danger before it happens. The safest people aren't the ones who react the fastest, they're the ones who never have to, because they saw the risk coming and stopped it in its tracks. So ask yourself, how tuned in are you to the hazards around you? Are you just going through the motions, or are you truly thinking ahead? Let me know in the comments, what's the biggest hazard you've ever caught before it became an incident? If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-world safety tips. Stay alert, stay sharp, stay proactive, and I'll see you in the next video, where we break down even more ways to work smarter and safer.